Hello and welcome to AGT Racer. On today's video we have the Brits N600 from Bathurst. This is the Drivers Room Sunday League Tier 2 Championship, and as we start, the MP4-12C seems and the McLaren F1 are very popular in this, and everybody is on the sports softs. So in front there we have Ombre in first, and then we have Jack in second place. We have Jules in third place. Sorry, it was Ombre and Jack and then Ombre, then Wilco and Jules. Rocker and Mercer. And then you have myself and V8. And Nightmare Racer and Jammy D. And at the back we have Boss and Shepherd in the only DB11. So let's get into the race. And here we go at Bathurst for round 6, I believe, Tier 2 in the championship. You got Jack at the front, Ombre, the MP4-12C doing and the McLaren F1, very popular. It's all Brits race. Let's see how we get on at the start. And roll off. The MP4 getting away very well, side by side there with Jules as well in the background. Jules jumping into third place. You got Ombre moved in front of Jack, single file there. And then you got Rocker on the inside, on the outside of Mercer. Mercer slips into place. I'm on the outside of Wilco behind. Let's see if Wilco concedes. He does a little bit. No, he keeps on the inside. I'll give him enough room. All very clean. Mercer loses out a little bit there. Oh, V8 twats into the wall a little bit, slowing the momentum, but he still maintains the position. Sliding again there. Too much power on the way out. The fuel and tyres are set at 5, so there'll be many pit stops during this race. As you see, Nightmare Racer in the Red Bull there, and the DB11 doing quite well. In 10th place, fighting off Jammy. Jammy sneaks on the inside. The power of that F1 is extreme. And there's Shepherd, followed by Boss, as we look at the front runners now. Coming out of the twisty corners, down the hill to the left-hander. Be very careful on this left-hander not to clip the wall on the way out, lose all momentum. So we have Ombre in third, Jack in second, Jules in third, followed by Rocker and Wilco. Then we have V8, Mercer, myself and Nightmare Racer having a look under the slipstream. Will it be enough? Under the hard braking of the left-hander here. He can go very wrong sometimes, end up all over the dirt. Nightmare Racer doing a great job there. He's taken the position. Oh, and someone's went off a little bit. I think it was Mercer. Yep, Mercer, he went off into the dirt as we said. He's lost a lot of places there. Looks like Jammy's had an issue as well. Maybe it was this reason of Mercer and Jammy right at the back now. Oh, unlucky for them. It's a long 40-minute race, so we'll see. Coming down the long straight now, we've got Ombre and Jack, followed by Rocker. Rocker now keeping with the front two. The Dark Horse, the Atari driver, obviously the well-known livery there. pulling away from 4th place, 5th and 6th. The start of the F1's Wilco in 5th, trying to chase down Jules. V8 goes wide again. It's constantly twatting into the walls. Maybe using it to slow him down a little bit, as the brakes on this McLaren F1 are a little bit shit. There's myself doing very well in 7th place. Nightmare Racer there in 8th. The DB11 of Shepherd doing extremely well. Looks very tentative round there. And then on the power, very tight corner up as you go up the hill. There's Mercer in 11th. Jammy D there all the way in 12th. And it's getting a bit closer now at the front. We're starting to edge in front of Rocker a little bit. Jack doesn't want to lose momentum behind Ombre. Very smooth through there. Just a little touch of the wall on the way out from Jack. And then hard on the brakes down the hill. A bit of a slide from Jack there. He might be in the slipstream now at the end of this corner. Let's see. Oh, it'll go horribly wrong potentially. And there's Jack. He's got the slipstream. He's taken Ombre now. Will Ombre be able to capitalise on what slipstream may be left? I don't think so. It's hard on the brakes there. Oh, he's gone very wide. And as you see, Ombre shooting past in front. Jack losing a load of time there. Just too late on the brakes. And look at Rocker now in 2nd place. He's taken Jack. Jack losing out a lot there. Rocker extremely good. Most of us, if not all of us, are on sport softs. There's Jules, followed by the 4 McLarens now of Wilco, V8 and myself. And Nightmare Racer. A little bit of tussling to and fro gives me the opportunity to try and capitalise, but I've got Nightmare Racer trying to capitalise on me. We're both in the slipstreams of the other cars. I'm a little bit further behind. Oh, touch of the grass by V8. 4 F1s down the long straight. Look at it. How is this going to work out now? Nightmare Racer being the champion of this. Gaining a lot there. He's jumped. He's side by side. Nearly 3 abreast. I'm at the back of this group. Nightmare Racer doing exceptionally well, hard on the brakes. Then Wilco, I jump on the inside of V8, left the door open there. Great racing from all 4 guys. As we see, there's Mercer now, trying to gain back some momentum with Boss out. Jammy D overtaking Boss. Boss not having a good time of it so far. And Shepherd in the DB11. Beautiful looking car, but it's not doing well around here. And there's Ombre. And Rocker, he's trying to pull away from Rocker now. As they go down the hill, sliding round the corner. There's a little clip of the wall there from Jack. He's trying to catch that time back up. Tyres are starting to wear a little bit now. We'll be looking every 5 laps or so for the tyres and the fuel. The tyres are generally okay, but it'll be the fuel that will run out. So keep an eye on that. There's Jules getting lonely in 4th, with all of us messing about in the McLarens. There's Nightmare Racer and myself. Managed to jump the other 2. Little bit of slipstream there. Wilco with the VA behind catching some slipstream. He's having a look on the inside. You just need to make sure they all brake hard enough. And there we go for this horror. Oh, V8 goes very wide there. Loses a lot of time. Wilco, it looks like he must have slowed down for him, so maybe it was Wilco who caused the problem. And these boys are back at it again. Side by side as a start lap 3. Sorry, lap 4. And Wilco concedes there. There's a look, Mercer catching up now. Driving well in 9th place, followed by Jammy D in 10th, Boss in 11th, then Shepherd. Let's have a look now. They're past the main straight. Rocker's in 1st place. What's happening? As you see, oh, Ombre's had a little wobble coming out of that first corner. It can happen if you brake a little bit late. Rocker takes a huge advantage of that. Rocker in 1st place. Amazing drive from the Atari driver. Hombre there, you can see. There's Jack in the background with some hope now. Generally, Hombre and Jack are faster than Rocker, so let's see how Rocker can get on. Sliding out the corners again. And there's Jules in the background, followed by Nightmare Racer and myself catching on Jules a little bit. Then V8 in the F1, followed by Wilco, and then there's a little bit of a distance before we get to Mercer. And then we've got Jammy D. And now coming around the second corner, we have Boss followed by Shepherd. Let's have a look. Rocker in first there, as you can see, keeping on by a distance. Finishing the twisty section as they come down the hill. Hard on the brakes. Hombre using the wall to slow him down. As long as you don't clip the wall on the outside like Hombre there, it slows the momentum of the car. Jack being very smooth there, he's really looking determined now. Great liveries from all the guys as well. Umbro's just out of the slipstream. Hard on the brakes. And Jack following. And here we are, we have the fourth place of the of Jules, with Nightmare Racer hot in pursuit. Nightmare Racer having an absolutely great race. Rocker jumps into the pits quite early on lap 4. And Nightmare Racer going on lap 4. Look at the fuel. Yep, the McLaren, so I can only do 4 laps. Bit of fuel saving for the rest of the guys. As you'll see, a rush going into the pits. V8 doing some fuel saving there. Great job from him. Followed by Wilco. So they're doing the same strategy, these guys. You'll see the rest coming into the pits in the next lap, I predict. Mercer there doing some fuel saving, followed by Jammy D with some fuel saving there. Boss's fuel saving is absolutely ridiculous. He's got over half a tank left. And the DB11 doing well. As we look at Hombre, the Dash 12C doing quite well on the fuel so far. I do predict though that these guys will be in on the next lap. Jackie's starting to catch a little bit now on Hombre. Couple of mistakes here and there. Tyres beginning to show a little bit of signs of wear. It's hard on the brakes coming down the hill. Very easy to cut that corner. Huge penalties if you do. And that tricky chicane. And there's Jules. And there we have V8. He will need to pit at the end of this lap. Followed by Wilco. Then we have Rocker in 6th place. So Rocker will be the man to watch when the guys at the front pit. Mercer doing well there in 7th and Jammy in 8th. Nightmare Racer, one of the first out of the pits, followed by myself. Boss obviously doing exceptional fuel saving. Then Shepherd there at the back. Now let's see, these boys are in. Hombre and Jack. Let's see if they fuel their tank up or not. Jules should be coming in this lap. He might stretch it. No, he's going to. There'll be some fuel saving on Jules for this lap. Oh, huge mistake there from V8. He's in the pits. Wilco's in the pits now. Now let's see Rocker. Rocker was in first before Wilco, Hombre and Jack pitted. So let's see where Rocker comes out. It looks to have worked well for Rocker so far. And then the rest of the guys are in the pits. There's Rocker. Hombre comes out just in front of him. So Rocker splits the pack there. Jules obviously holding the front. He will need to pit this lap and be fuel saving as well. And Ombre exceptional in the pit stops. There's Rocker behind. Jack just losing out there. Right battle at the front there. First three. Nightmare Racer starting to look on his own now. Followed by myself. Now it's about trying to just keep pace. No mistakes. While the field spread a little bit. There's V8 after his pit stop, followed by Wilco. There's Boss still with his fuel saving. Mercer with his new fuel now in 10th with Jammy Dave behind. And the DB11 coming up to start on the long straight. There's Jules, who will certainly need to pit. Very smooth round there. And there we go. Ombre now really on a charge. He's already starting to pull away from Rocker, and from Jack's point of view, he's got Rocker to get past. He's going to real slipstream him now down here. Rocker just clipped the wall on the way. I reckon there's going to be a lot of twats in the wall today. It's just a little bit too far. Can't take advantage fully of the slipstream. Hard on the brakes. Is he going to be able to take Rocker now as we come out of this right-hander before the last corner? Don't think he can. He might wait now until the long straight as we see Jules go in the pits. Unless he can make it work on this start-finish straight, he'll gain from the slipstream on the next after the next corner. Oh, well, he's very fast out that corner there. Put both on the dirt. Jack, they're just that little bit too far off to be able to capitalise from any slipstream. As you can see how far the guys at the front have pulled away from 4th place. Jack really pursuing Rocker. He really needs to get past him. Rocker doing an exceptional job keeping with Ombre. Ombre may be using this time to fuel save a little bit. We'll see. And let's see what's going on down the field. Ooh, just clips the wall there. Yeah, and on the way out. Let's have a look. Nightmare Racer losing out there. Jules coming out of the pits behind Nightmare Racer. Nightmare Racer not losing out, but losing a little bit of time. I'm there right behind Jules. Jumps out in front of me as I come through the tricky section. Hard on the brakes, making sure not to cut the corner as we come down the hill. For real tight chicane. Oh, Jules all over the place a little bit there, twatting into the wall. Not too bad, very tight. Very difficult to try and pass. As you can see, I'm trying to look at where to pass. All this time it's slowing me down. Behind Nightmare Racer, might be able to get a little bit of slipstream here from Jules. As I said before, the McLaren F1 is extremely powerful. So it's kicking in now, put the dash 12C, just not quite. Hard on the brakes. Ooh. Thought I was going to end up in the dirt there. Very close to Jules now. Giving him a little push down the hill. Jules doing very well, making his car wide, defending well, putting his car in the middle of the track, forcing me to go either outside or inside, but it's too dangerous. I'll lose a bit of momentum coming out of that corner, but we got the long straight to come. As we see there on Jules. Now the power of the McLaren with the slipstream as well. It should be easy work. There we go. The orange McLaren there of Jules overtaken. The MP4 is a lot quicker through all the corners though. So Jules might be able to take advantage there. Power on through these corners. Have to lift off slightly unless it's time to perfection, otherwise you clip that wall on the inside and then clip this wall on the outside and monitor your power coming through here, otherwise you clip that. Good lap so far from myself, gaining on Nightmare Racer, pulling away from Jules. As we will have a look, see how the other guys are doing. There's V8 in 7th place on his own at the moment. And Wilco. Obviously these guys are doing some fuel saving. Mercer there in 9th place. Jammy D in 10th. It's all quite split now at the back. Boss in 11th. And Shepherd looks like he may need to retire. As we see 1st and 2nd place. Ombre. Jack in 2nd now. Sliding all over that final that corner after the straight, losing time to Ombre, giving Rocker the chance to bridge a gap. Looks like Rocker must have had quite a mistake there to lose a bit of time with Jack jumping in front, because remember he wasn't too far behind Ombre. Jack really pushing, but he's pushing that a little bit too hard. Ombre's not flying away with this yet though. And there's Rocker coming on, and myself and Nightmare Racer jump into the bits, leaving Jules out in 4th place. As we see V8 and Wilco after their fuel saving, coming out in 5th and 6th place. And this is a hugely long fuel stop. But some people like it, some people don't. I think it just mixes everything up a little bit. Can be a bit annoying pitting that many times, but it certainly makes it more of a thinking man's race. There's Mercer in 7th, down a long straight. As we saw Jammy D there, Nightmare Racer, and then myself in 10th place. Nightmare Racer gaining a little bit in the pits. There's Boss in 11th. Shepherd did retire. Ombre cruising in 1st place. Now he'll gain a couple of laps from some of the other guys. Remember, most of the F1s or a lot of them are doing, like myself and Nightmare Racer doing, it looks like a pit on the end of every 4 laps. These guys look to be pitting at the end of 5 laps, and then you've got some doing the end of 6 or 7 laps, such as Jules. So a very varied race so far. I think it will be about 20 maybe about 18, 17, 18, 19 laps. So last lap will probably be quite dicey. You'll have 4, 8, 12, 16. So it'll be very close. Oh, Jack making another mistake there, losing a few tenths. Ombre doesn't seem to be charging away. Maybe Ombre is doing a bit of fuel saving, as Rocker's certainly not jumping into the pits now. And Jules with his fuel saving in 4th. Driving on his own, racing himself and his pace. As you see, V8 there in 5th place. Wilco there in 6th. Will these boys jump in front of Rocker, who should be exiting the pits fairly soon? As Rocker is out of the pits as predicted in 5th place. And then you got Mercer there in the 12 seat in the regular and well-known now Gulf livery of the man who created the driver's room. Talking of which, if you want to join this championship, it's a great championship. We race different tracks, different cars every Sunday. This is a man to see, MJR Mercer. But you can contact any one of us and we will point you in the right direction. We have a channel on Discord, the Driver's Room, and we also have a Thursday Endurance League where the guy in a different tier, one of the faster guys, Gadget 334 is the man to see for that one. All these races are commentated on by myself and Muller_CJ on YouTube. He does the tier 1 replays. And then you have Plux the Duck on YouTube. He does a lot of the DRSL and the occasional Sunday League videos. Great commentary and editing by the guys on those channels. We also have Jammy D, perfect timing, just the man here. He's live streaming this race as he was driving it, so please see his YouTube channel if you want to see firsthand just how clean the racing is. And Jack also releases some YouTube content, so guys, it's all over there. The driver's room is taking over. We've got about 50 members. We don't always get regular racers because of real life, and talking of real life, it's not affecting Jack or Hombre now, as Jack has charged on the back of Hombre. Look at this, really putting the pressure on him now. He's died on the inside coming down the hill. Gotta be careful, needs to just bide his time a little bit. Jack doesn't want to risk clipping the wall, losing a few tenths. Just keep it tight and clean, ready for the long straight where you can slipstream there. As you can see, Jack trying to use all of the track. He's on the inside of Hombre now, neck and neck. I probably should have backed off and used a bit of slipstream. He might gain a bit more because Hombre now is in his slipstream. Hombre not able to capitalise just yet. Oh, no, he hasn't, and Jack takes the first place there. They will need to pit at the end of this lap, unless Hombre really is going to risk it, but I don't think so. They need to be jumping in the pits now. There you go, Jack and Hombre. Could all be for nothing from Jack if he comes out of the pits behind Hombre. And there we have Jules going for the longer strategy. See how this pans out. We'll be expecting Jules to come in at the end of lap 14. Oh, big mistake there, losing a couple of seconds now on that. And there we have Rocker with these fresh tyres and fuel. I don't think Rocker's doing any fuel saving. Roughly on the same strategy as the guys behind. Nightmare Racer there and myself. Coming down the long straight into the hard braking area. You mess this up, it's a world of pain. Oh, just like that there. See the distance now lost. Oh, look at that V8. He's gone for a drive across country. And Wilco just hanging on there. Everyone's pushing that little bit. Mercer doing well now, starting to creep back up from in 9th place. Jammy D there charging in 10th. Oh, he's caught the grass, twatted face first into the wall, messed the braking zone up, hit the grass, got some damage, lost a lot of time there, at least 6 seconds, 7 seconds there. Unlucky for Jamie D. And then we have Boss in 11th. And Jack did come out in front of Umbre. Jules breaking the 2. Obviously Jules will be pitting this lap, sliding all over the place. Oh, this is not good for Umbre now. Fresh tyres and fuel. Jack really needs to take advantage of this. Umbre losing out. Look at that. If we have a look at the live timings now. Pick this up from Plux and Muller. I don't know how I didn't before. So, as you can see, there's 3 seconds to Umbre from Jack. Losing out a lot there. As you can see there, Umbre really wants to charge. I'll tell you what, if Jules ain't careful, he's going to run out of fuel. He must be putting the fuel saving on high now. And they'll go back in formation once Jules just barely hangs on with his fuel. Dives into the pits. And at that point, I think Jules has ran out. As we see Jack now crossing the line. I think Umbre's about 3.5, 4 seconds behind. There's Rocker on his charge. He will need to pit soon though. The end of lap 16. And Nightmare Racer diving into the pits. A little bit early. Could have probably squeezed another lap out. I definitely could not squeeze another lap out. And mess up the pit entry there. There's V8 with his fuel saving doing quite well now, up into 4th place. And there we have Mercer in 6th, fuel saving also by the look of it. And we have Wilco coming home there in 7th. Round the first corner onto the long straight. And Nightmare Racer the first out of the pits, followed by myself now. Managed to get in front of Jamie D. And Boss there in 11th. There we see Jack. Down the hill hard on the brakes. You see a lot smoother driving now from Jack. Now he's in front. He might try a little bit of fuel saving as well. There's nothing in it between them. You'll see Umbre starting to charge. Maybe his fuel will start being a lot more drop down a lot more. Let's find out. Coming to the final corner, second behind, just out of the slipstream range, about 0.6, 0.7 seconds in the slipstream. It's got to be smooth out this first corner, and he is smooth. Jack is also. It may just be touching that slipstream. Won't be able to overtake, but it might give him a little bit of speed. It's not really affected anything. As Rocker went in the pits, so we have Jules there, jumping up now into 3rd place. Looks like the fuel saving strategy seems to be working for a few of these guys. We have to find out in the next 8 minutes. There's a McLaren there, V8, Mercer there. And Wilco in 7th place. Followed by a Nightmare Racer coming around the first corner. And dropping a few seconds now to Nightmare Racer is myself. I know I started to fuel save, thinking I may not last. Here we have Jammy D in 10th, Boss in 11th. Canadian driver on his own now as he comes up to the real hard braking corner. And on the long straight, Jack is pulling away now from Ombre. It's visibly clear. There's Rocker down the hill, being hotly pursued by Jules. These guys could be going to the end. Can Jules catch the slipstream? Smooth exit from this corner. Just out of the slipstream range. As we see V8 enter that corner, you can see him in the distance. He will need to pit before the end though. Same for Mercer. And then we got Wilco. Wilco will be pitting this lap. That should be him done. And Nightmare Racer and myself just got a fuel save now. Jammy D will be probably pitting this right at the end of this lap. And there is the Canadian driver. And Jack's settling down now, keeping it smooth. Avoiding losing silly tenths, a little bit of a wobble there, but it did manage to keep away from all the walls. Ombre very smooth as well. It's all going to be about crawling back those tenths for Ombre. Hoping that Jack has a slight mistake. Oh, he touches the dirt there, clips the wall. Ah, twats the wall again. And here's Rocker, exceptional job in 3rd place. Jules will be slipstreaming some fuel saving, so Rocker might be able to pull away from him. There's V8, he'll be pitting at the end of this lap. And Jules sliding everywhere there. Jules looking a bit like Tokyo Drift down that hill. And again, burning his tyres out. Just too far back though. See how Mercer's getting on. Doing well in 6th place. He may go to the end. There's 6 minutes left. Plus potentially the lap after. Once the timer runs out. It's Nightmare Racer. Conserving fuel, driving smooth. Same for myself. In 8th place. Obviously we have a couple of guys to potentially pit in front of us. There's Wilco there. We're very close to the wall. Hard on the brakes. Power out of the corner. Onto the long straight. Great drive. Jammy D there. And Boss looking to be overtaken now. He's got Jack behind him. Ombre's lost out a lot of time. Looks like he's had some mistakes. Maybe not just twatting the wall that one time. What's Boss doing there? He got well in the way. You can't be doing that as a back marker. I don't know. Let's have a look at this again. Well, no, I can't blame Boss really. Maybe Jack should have waited a moment. I can understand he doesn't want to lose any time, but you see V8 and Nightmare Racer both into the pits now. different strategies going on in the middle of the field. There's Rocker in third. He is at the beginning of the field. There's Jules trying to fuel save. It's going to be very close for Jules with this lap and the next lap. 2 laps to go, I predict. There's V8 there. Don't need to worry. Mercer will need to pit. There's myself doing some fuel saving with Wilco behind. Obviously Nightmare Racer went in the pit, so he won't need to fuel save. There he is. Possibly the stronger idea. We'll find out. There is Nightmare Racer. Jammy D sitting in 10th. And there's Boss there, all battered and bruised. There's Jack charging away at the front. There's a start-finish straight in front of Ombre now. As we come into the crucial parts, want to try and capture everybody on the track for the important battles. There's Jules and Rocker. I don't think Jules will be able to catch up on Rocker though, unless Rocker has a mistake. V8 charging there in 5th place. Doing very well. Rocky start, but managed to pull it back. But there he is, Mr. Mercer. 1 minute before the end, and he will need to pit. That's unfortunate. Just needed to squeeze that one last lap. And there's myself. Tyres are fine. Fuel should be fine now. I believe I'll switch back onto full power when we go on to the final lap, which will be this next lap. But Wilco is all over me now. And Nightmare Racer's catching up as well. Jammy D there in 10th, Boss in 11th. Let's look at Jack. Jack's fuel is only lasting this lap, so well timed there from Jack. Umbre's got more than enough fuel. Oh, will they have to do another lap? These guys could be very close. 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. Should be the last lap, but we'll find out. And that's it. We are on the final lap now. Barring any issues on the final corner, Jack will be taking this home. Excellent drive from Jack, chasing Ombre all through the race. And now he's got the race win. Brilliant drive. And there's Ombre coming home in 2nd place. Rocker there in 3rd. And Jules in 4th. There's V8 in 5th. Let's see the battle coming on now. We've got between myself at the front in 6th, Wilco and Nightmare Racer. As we go down the hill hard on the brakes. Don't want to pick up any penalties on this last lap. There's Wilco, the 3 F1s. Oh, it's going to be very tight coming down this final long straight. Down the hill, braking hard. As we will see Rocker. Oh, look at this now. 2 abreast coming down the straight. It's going to be, he is 3 abreast coming down the straight now. Oh, it's got a bit rocky there. Wilco's on the grass. Oh, he doesn't want to do that. I brake early because he'll end up in tears. And they're both off. Oh my God. Oh, so unfortunate there. As we'll look at that now from my view. 3 abreast down the long straight on the final lap. It's all going to go tits up though. As he goes past very wide on the dirt, all over the place, splinting everywhere. Unlucky there. Mercer charging. Oh, he's gone too far as well. What's he doing? A huge drift there. And I'll come home in 6th place. Nightmare Racer there in 7th after that dramatic end on the last lap. Mercer doing well, jumping up into 8th, and Wilco there in 9th. Unlucky for him. Great racing, guys. See you next time. Please like and subscribe.